Right, we'll try this paper. Right. My God, you got flowers. Um, right. This apple tree is able to self-pollinate, which is the correct transfer of pollen during pollination. Right. Let's look at. Should we try to name the parts first of all? So we've got. Oop, you've got this. That's the most obvious one. Petal. That is the ovary, and that is the ovule. Ovary, ovule. Oh, that's the egg. That's the ovum. This is the ovule. Right. You've got anther, and that stick or that structure there is stamen. Right. I always struggle to remember these silly things, but it's got to be done right. And then there you've got the stigma, and there you've got the style. Right. So that's where the pollen is produced. It gets transferred to here. That sends a tube down the style, and once it reaches the ovule, the pollen, let's just say the pollen's there, it then fuses with the ovum, and that's when fertilization takes place. Right, so what's the question asking? This apple tree is able to self-pollinate, which is the correct transfer of pollen during the pollination. So it's going from B. Right, I had to do that, didn't I? See, it's going from V to P. From there, that's where the pollen's produced. It goes to the stigma. So it goes from V to P, so it's this one here. Which structure does the pollen tube grow down? So that was down the style. So it's Q, so it's A. Which structure develops into the seed? Which structure develops into the seed? Right, okay. It's the ovule there. Structure T. So that'll be C. Right. So now we're looking at, there's two types of pollination: insect pollinated and wind pollinated. Give three differences between the structure and wind pollinated. Right. Insect pollinated have large petals, large colourful petals. Suppose you could say coloured petals. They have a stigma. They have a stamen within the flower. They have the stigma inside the flower. They have nectar to attract nectar to attract insects. Oh my god, did I just write that? Attract insects. And the pollen that they produce, right, is sticky and large, so then it can attach itself to the insect, normally bees, and get transferred and move around, either self-pollinate or go across to the next flower. Right, so this is a good thing to remember actually. What the advantages of what are the differences? I won't say advantage. What are the differences between wind and insect pollinated? Right, let's move on. The seeds of many plants are surrounded by sweet tasting fruit. So just how this enables the plants to spread their seeds. So what happens is it is eaten by animals, or just even let's use animals or humans, and then what happens is it's not digested by them, so it is ingested by animals, normally some distance away, right, and then they can germinate over there. Yeah, right, okay, we've got a heart. The diagram shows a transverse section through the human heart. Right, so you've got coronary vein, coronary artery. These are the ones that feed the heart muscle itself. You've got left ventricle, right ventricle wall. Right, have you noticed that this is this wall is much thicker, because that goes out of the aorta, so it's a more muscular wall. This is thinner. Right, draw an X on the diagram to show the position of the septum. The septum is there. Right, just 1 second. Right, this is what the score is with the septum. I've not seen that in the book, so I don't know how that's crept in. So basically it's the walls connecting the two ventricles. That's what the septum is. And atria. So it's basically the walls that are connecting the chambers. That I did not know. And I've learned something new today. There you go. So that's what it is. Right, state two differences between the composition of the blood in the coronary artery and the composition of the blood in the coronary vein. Right, the coronary artery, contains more oxygen because it's gonna go feed the heart. Contains So the coronary artery contains more oxygenated blood, and the coronary vein has more CO2, or you can say stick to coronary artery, artery, coronary artery contains less carbon dioxide. Okay, explain the difference between the left ventricle and the right ventricle wall. Okay, that's to do with pressure. So the left ventricle wall is, what do you say? Okay, let's use the word thicker, and has more muscle, since it has to withstand more pressure, because the blood has to be pumped around the body. 1, 2, 3. And pumping blood around the body. Done. Right, okay. The development of coronary heart disease is linked to a number of factors. Okay, so this is like a standard answer that you need to learn. Right, explain how these factors, so what are the factors? So right, the most obvious one is smoking raises blood pressure and increases chance of blood clots. Let's write that properly. Right, okay, that's the first one. What you can say, obesity. Okay, let's say high fat diet or excessively high fat diet increases cholesterol levels, causing coronary artery to block up. Yeah, okay. What else would there be? Okay, that link to that. Obesity will lead to diabetes, and because you're carrying extra weight about, your heart has to work harder, so, and increases the what do you call it, strain on the heart. Okay, lack of exercise, because if your heart is a muscle, the heart is considered a muscle, and you need to exercise it to keep it in good condition. Lack of exercise reduces, lack of exercise means the heart has to work more, has to work harder to pump blood around the body. Okay, what else can you say? High blood pressure, stress. Stress can cause, just say high blood pressure. Putting stress on the heart, yeah. So your heart has to work harder. Oh, right, okay. Yes. Okay, these questions are coming up more, I've noticed. What you've got oat milk and almond milk. They are non-dairy milk products. And they want you to discuss those. A person told by the doctor they need to lose weight. Use information on the contents and your own knowledge to discuss which milk would be more suitable. Right. So 225. Yeah, okay, they're both the same quantity as such, yeah. So the oat milk provides more calories per drink or per per drink, and so would provide more energy. So less weight loss. Right. You've got saturated. Okay, the saturated fat's the same. That's the one to sort of not overdo. So the level of saturated fat is the oat provides more. Right, okay. You've got more carbs. The level of saturated is the same. It's got more fiber in. It's got more protein in. It's got less salt in. Right. So we can say where are we? Yeah, okay, sugar levels are about the same. So you can say sugar levels are the same for both drinks. You can also say oat milk provides more fiber, which helps with reducing constipation, or with, and it's better to use this word, peristalsis. That's the key word. Right, again, you can say oats provides more protein, and protein and for a balanced diet, other components are needed, such as vitamins, other minerals, such as calcium. Actually, does it? No, I didn't see calcium. Calcium, vitamins, calcium. Yeah, okay. You've got carbs, proteins, and what do you say? Saturated fat is saturated. Right, yeah. They provide the same level of saturated fat. Okay, that's fair enough. And remember, weight loss, and then you can finish it off. Weight loss depends on how active the person is in their job and how much exercise they do. How much exercise they do. Okay. So just why a person might drink non-dairy, or they might have an allergy. Lactose intolerant, they might have an allergy to cow's milk. This guy had a student could test, right? What you do, you add Benedict's solution, heat in a water bath, and it should turn brick red depending on brick red color develops depending on the amount of right. What they've also got in the mark scheme, it can turn green, yellow, orange. I always stick to brick red. I've seen that in many mark schemes. Right, human breast milk contains proteins, right, that give immunity. So these will be antibodies. How can these help the baby? Right. So remember what we said. There's your pathogen. Pathogen. And what is that? That is a disease causing organism. Right. That has a marker on it called an antigen. And then your white blood cell, the one that we look at, is a lymphocyte. This produces something called antibodies, and it'll go and attach itself to that, and it'll kill it or use it as a marker. Right. So the special protein, are called antibodies, and the antibodies are produced for specific or against for specific antigens. what they can do, they cause the let's use the word pathogen to stick together or act as a marker they cause them stick together, act as a marker for the other white blood cell is a phagocyte. It's a phagocyte. For the phagocyte to ingest and kill the pathogen. They can also neutralize any toxins produced. They also neutralize any toxins produced by the bacteria. Okay. Okay. What we'll do is we'll do this on the next. We'll do this next on the next one. I think otherwise it get too long.